Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues. Sorry for the very late reaction. It's Everton to Nottingham Forest 0. Just before we get into the reaction, which won't be too long because there wasn't much happening in the game apart from a few incidents. Um, I haven't had really time to do any sort of match preview. Could have done a match preview the day I come back. I've just come back from Poland, Krakow. If you want to know any recommendations, then swing my way. I will let you know what we did. It's a fantastic city, beautiful city. Over there we got beat 6-0, did a reaction under 2 minutes, which I've never done on this channel, I think, because I just didn't give a shit at that point. And yeah, I've been working a number of days, a lot of hours since then, apart from the Friday coming back, which I could have done a match preview, but I had no energy. So yeah, massive win, psychological advantage for Everton now going into the run-in, and yeah, a massive difference in the table. You know, it's a bit different when playing a team who are well above you. It's a 6-pointer. It's just massive on all costs. And we've done it again. We beat Burnley 1-0 in a 6-pointer, and then obviously, yes, Nottingham Forest 2-0 in controversial ways. I just want to point out as well, we've not had a lot of luck this season. We've been battered and bruised every stage of this season. A lot of things, partially, you know, you've got to make your own luck, and we haven't particularly played well enough to deserve our own luck. We haven't defended well enough in times to deserve, or attack well to deserve our own luck. But we have had a lot of bad luck, and that's not just obviously us. It's other teams like Nottingham Forest, and the Forest. You know, we're going to obviously talk about the Nottingham Forest statement after the game. Basically, I think it was Stuart Atwell who was blaming it at VAR, that he's a Luton fan. You know, 3 decisions going wrong. I'll point them out right away. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion on how it should be. How I think a penalty should be deemed within these fouls, and the realistic decision normally that is given for these type of penalty claims. First one, to me, as a footballer, and you could go, yeah, if anywhere else on the pitch, it's a penalty. It still doesn't sit well with me. Now, if you would never know if Reina is ever going for that ball properly. He's just trying to shield the ball, or he's just trying to get across so he knows Ashley Young's gonna try and kick the ball away or whatever. Like, I think you could probably argue that it could be a penalty, because I've seen other instances where players literally just trying to kick a ball away, and this player just runs across him and wins a penalty. This is a bit more, you know, we have seen him right away, and he's a bit rash. You could argue for the penalty. I don't like them particularly given, but I do understand if people say that anywhere else on the pitch would be given as a foul. So you could deem it as a penalty, yes, even though it doesn't fully sit well with me. But there's incidents similar to that, but a lot worse, where a player doesn't see someone running from behind, they literally just clearing the ball away. A player runs across and it's a penalty. That's a joke. That's like, makes me sick that's a joke. That's a pen. Second one, handball, really hard. I didn't play the game as much as I would love to, especially playing as a wing back. I played wing back in school for like 2 games, I think. I can't even remember. And it's a running position anyway with the arms. Is he dangling it out too long? I don't know. It's all if buts in it. To me, it's far too close to him, but then you could easily just stick your hand out and try and stop the ball from going past you if it's dead close to you. It just doesn't look blatant. The the handballs back in the day were just dead different, weren't they? Like, you literally had to blatantly put your hand out of the way. Like, the amount of handball decisions going for penalties these days, it must be crazy, the stats compared to like 10 years ago. So it can be given, it cannot be given. Doesn't, like, for me personally, it doesn't sit right with me. I think it's just far too close. I think he's still trying to just get across. I don't think he's purposely put his hands in the way of the ball. I think, why would you, even footballers in general, why would they do that, knowing that VAR is a thing? So I don't think it's blatant, and I don't think it should be a penalty. Then the third one, probably a penalty. I mean, I can't see any other means about it. If he even got the ball, he's gone through the player to get the ball, which is a foul anywhere else. Very lucky in that one. And just after all that, Ashley Young shouldn't be starting another fucking game for Everton. He's just a liability, and he's 38. There's other players out there that age who are more capable, but in that position he's in, he's just too slow. His reactions are becoming slower, and you can look at all them three and go, well, there you go, that proves it all. And when I do the match preview tomorrow morning, or early afternoon for the Liverpool game later on that day, you shouldn't be starting in that game at all because of what happened in the reverse fixture. But yeah, but the game in general, very, apart from them three incidents which lit the game up, very shit game of football, I thought. Not really much going on, to be honest, especially in the first 15-20 minutes when I think Jessica Gay scored. We didn't it just come out of nowhere, absolute nowhere. When you see Jessica Gay strike a ball from that distance, you know where it's normally going, and luckily it trickles at the back of to the corner of the bottom corner of the net, and 1-0 up. Wouldn't say it's undeserved because I don't think both teams did really much. As we haven't played out throughout the game, to be honest, there wasn't too many incidents. I'm trying to remember, because a number of days ago now, I probably should have watched the highlights just to kind of rekindle some sorts of memories, but I think it was pretty much just our 2 goals and their 3 incidents of fouls. I think they had one chance. I think Morgan Gibbs-White should have done better with a chance. Yeah, you would have trusted someone like him in that position to kill that in the corner, and he completely mishit it, went wide. I think there might have been one more. Oh yeah, the Jordan Pickford save. You could argue Nottingham Forest should have got a point out of that game, and you look at it in the grand scheme of things. But they didn't particularly play well themselves. But like I said, a bit of injustice for them. Statement's a bit crazy, but I don't mind the straightforward approach. When you don't really get listened to behind the scenes privately, sometimes you have to take it public. I don't know how people feel about that, but I think the statement, the words could have been twisted a bit more, maybe not accusing someone to be a Luton fan, might have been better without something down that stress. But I don't know what they expect. I don't know if if the only way they want to go forward is not play any more games to the end of the season and do like a little strike. I don't know, because I think that's the only way you could do it, but then that would just cock everything up. But yeah, second goal, McNeil, obviously we know what's going on with this situation, his personal life and stuff, and he just hasn't been really playing well this season, nowhere near to what he was like last season. And he's on the ball with his left foot driving forward, and you're just thinking he's going to pass it off. He hasn't got the confidence. So he just hasn't particularly striking the ball well at all in months or the season, you could say. And yeah, great strike, bottom corner, hits the inside of the post and goes in 2-0. And then an incident with Beto towards the end where it was quite worrying, but at the same time, once he got off and put his thumbs up, you kind of knew he was all right. But you obviously got to do these checks, haven't you? He is ruled out for the game against Liverpool for the next week or so. He's out. I think for the next 2 games, to be honest, which is a shame for the running. But obviously you've got to follow procedures, health before anything. Glad he's okay. Morgan Gibbs-White took a hit, but he was fine. And yeah, won the game. That made the ending a bit more nerve-wracking, just because you just want the game as quick as over as quick as possible, and then to stretch it out for another 10 minutes. or so. It was a hard watch, but yeah, got it over the line. Can't even I'm that tired because of everything I've done and whatnot since Poland. I'm just very tired. So I'm not enthusiastic as I was at the time. But what a massive win. Can't be underestimated. 5 points above Luton with a game in hand going into Merseyside derby. You can kind of write that game off. But if you can get anything from that game, it's an added bonus. I would obviously love a win for Klopp's last game. But that's me just dreaming. But if obviously we won that somehow, then we're safe. Yeah, I feel like we're just a win away, even though I still can never rule Luton out. But Luton in the past 2 games have shipped in 10 goals and scored 2, especially 5 on a home to Brentford. Could have been worse as well. I think they've run out of gas. Hopefully, hopefully so. Yeah, massive win. Hopefully, if we can pick something up, it'll ease the other games, like the Luton game away, which is a big one still. You know, that could change. That could, you know, I'm saying this, but they could swing the tide again, because if they win it to 6 points, then, you know, they've beaten us 3 times this season, which would be an absolute disgrace. Let's just be truthful about that disgrace. But then, yeah, we'll lose a game and they'll win a game, and it'll tighten the relegation battle again, which is something we shouldn't be in, but it is what it is. But we've won our 2 6-pointers, which is massive, you know, and we just hope that if we pick something up in the next game, if anything, I think that added motivation. That's Klopp's last Merseyside derby, and we haven't beaten him at home since he's been in charge. To me, again, is a disgrace. And I think that's something we could put right to bed and hopefully end the title race. But yeah, that's more in the next video tomorrow. But yeah, big game still coming up. Brentford at home as well. Massive game. But we've got to do what we can. This will help us after that horrible defeat to Chelsea. And that's 2 wins in 3 games. I know it's a terrible defeat in between them games, but you know, it's 6 points come out of nowhere again. 2 wins that have came out of nowhere, and yeah, we'll see how we do. But it's a massive win nevertheless. If you lost that, this would be a very total different video. Probably would have done a video day and dead. I probably would have just walked out to work and just, yeah, given up with football and everything. So anyway, I'll see you all soon. Thank you for keeping tuned.